So both Preethaji and I, we travel across the world and we are co-creators of Ekam. Ekam is situated in Andhra Pradesh and it's a place for enlightenment. Our vision is to create 80,000 enlightened beings in this world, which is 0.001% of this population. And Ekam is a place which is a place for meditation and a place for divine grace. 8,000 people can meditate in Ekam at any given point of time. It's Asia's largest pillarless hall. And we travel to over 20-25 countries each year, addressing various sections of people. Leaders, business leaders, politicians, students, young leaders, women, men, everyone, different sections. So wherever we travel, we see that young people in the world, they go through a lot of stress. And our vision is to teach the young people how to become free of their stress and how to live in a very beautiful inner state. So I'll come to what a beautiful inner state in a short while. But every one of them that we come across, there is tremendous amount of stress. And what is this stress? Stress is about future. Stress is about the present. Am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right decision? Stress is in relationships, be it parent relationship, partner relationship, colleague relationship, in every form. Stress about the profession. So we see that young people in the world are confused, are conflicted. There is really no clarity in them. And it's of great concern because you are the future of this world. And you all know that time is flying very fast. Before you know, you'll all be out there working, married, children, and then you're into your late 30s. But the big question is, how do you want to live your life? Do you want to live your life from a stressful state, or do you want to live your life from a stress-free state?
Stress-free.
Obviously, the answer is stress-free state. Now, throughout the world, there are challenges. Every one of us have challenges. And as we are talking today, many of you in your life have challenges. And these challenges are the reason why we are going through stress. And why are these challenges there? The challenges are there because we see a world that is constantly changing. We are not in a world that is static. We cannot say that the world tomorrow will be the same way as it is today. Our economic policies are changing, our politics are changing, the business world is changing, technology is changing, science is changing, spirituality is changing. You and I are changing. You are not the same person that you were one year ago before joining this college or whatever. Every one of us is constantly changing. And since there's change happening everywhere, we have tremendous amount of challenge. So is change ever going to go away from our life? Do you think you can have a life that will be just the way it has to be? Can anyone in this hall have that life? No, it's impossible. Let's say you're getting married. And do you think your husband or your wife will behave the same way for the next 40 years? No, impossible, right? Your parents don't, you don't. As friends, you don't. Everything is changing. But there is a deep down belief in every one of us that, why can't life be very normal, stress-free? Can it be without any problems? Can I always have financial abundance? Can I always have good health? Can I always have great relationships and fun in life, joy in life? Can my life be this way? And can it always be this way? And the answer for that is absolutely no. But can it be that way for most of the time? The answer for that is absolutely yes. So you have to understand that these challenges are constantly shaping your life. So as young people, how are you going to cope up with this challenge? So I want to teach you a very important teaching that I teach all over the world. That we as human beings only live in two states internally. We experience life only from two states. One is a stressful state, the other is a beautiful state. Whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whether you are a man, woman, 3-year, 100-year-old, Japanese, Indian, Chinese, American, Australian, Korean, anyone on this planet, you only live in these two states. A stress state, a stressful state, or a beautiful state. There is no third state from which you experience life. So there are 5 categories. We can put the stressful states into: fear-related states, anger-related states, laziness-related states, sadness-related states, and loneliness-related states. All these are stress states. When you have fear-related states, you're basically very anxious about your future, you're stressed about your future, you're very, very worried about what's going to happen to you. In anger-related states, you are irritated, you're frustrated of everything that's happening. Sadness related states are states where you feel lonely, where you feel a disconnection, where you feel nobody cares for me, nobody loves me. I'm actually a lonely person. You don't love yourself, you don't love your body, you don't love anything. That's extreme, being depressed. Sadness states are states where you cannot really share love or experience love. Laziness related states are states where you keep postponing. It's okay, tomorrow I'll take care of it. You see a movie, somebody's exercising, you'll say, I want to exercise like that. Build a six-pack muscle. And next day morning you wake up, what's the big deal? We can do it later. Let me have a family pack, it's okay. So you postpone. Lazy related states are where you're constantly postponing. How many of you postpone? When you postpone, what catches up with you? Your work catches up with you because you're postponing your work. And as work catches up with you, you get into stress. Obviously, everything. Suppose you get hurt with your partner. Let's say girlfriend, boyfriend, you get hurt with your partner. Somebody's at mistake or both are at mistake, you keep postponing saying an apology. So understand that saying a sorry is such a difficult thing and you postpone. And when you postpone, that relationship becomes more hurtful, becomes poisonous, becomes venomous, and at the end of the day, it breaks down. That is how it's a natural cycle, it's a natural law. You cannot escape that. Your brain has 5 states, 4 states that help you to move towards a limitless mind, 1 state that keeps you in a stressful state. The beta mind, the beta wavelength, which is between 14 hertz and 30 hertz, when your brain is beating at that frequency, you will experience all these stressful states. It is not you who is responsible. Understand that it is your brain. It is your brain that has got used to these states. And that can be changed. So beta wavelength is where you feel lack of concentration, lack of memory, agitation, irritation. How many of you find it difficult to focus? Stay focused on one thing. Yes, you can't focus, right? Take the mobile phone and see up, see down. Somebody's talking, walking. You can't be present to anything for more than a minute. And the reason you're not able to be present for anything for more than a minute is because your mind is in a beta wavelength. And the classic saying of that is that you have a monkey mind. So most of the human beings have a monkey mind, which means it cannot stay focused, cannot stay concentrated, cannot be calm, cannot be peaceful. It's always jumping up and down. So this wavelength is very, very responsible for your stressful states. Now let's look at how to create a limitless mind, and that is why I'm here. I'm here to teach you how to move into a limitless mind. From beta state, the next state, which is a good state, is called the alpha state. Now, when you move into alpha state, your brain wavelength moves between 9 and 13 hertz. And when you move into the alpha state, your focus, your attention, your concentration becomes far, far greater. Your memory becomes great. Your experience of life, your friendship, your love, your education, whatever you do becomes great because you're actually present to the moment. You start experiencing connection. And most importantly, you become calmer. The more calmer you're becoming, the more present you are. The more you're jumping up and down in your thoughts and in your feelings, you're not present to anything in life. So when your brain moves to that alpha state, you are actually becoming a calmer and a more wonderful human being. The next brain wavelength is the theta brain wavelength. At this wavelength, the brain is beating at 4 to 8 frequency. Here, it's normally called a place where you're able to access the universal intelligence. People call this divine, people call it intelligence, but according to science, this universe is an intelligent universe. It's not a dead universe. From single cell organism to the galaxies, to the stars, to the moons, everything is intelligent. When scientists observe universe, they see tremendous amount of intelligence in this universe. Now, human beings can tap into this intelligence. And when you tap into this intelligence, what you have is a power of intuition. You have a tremendous power of intuition where you know what to do is right, what to do is wrong, what decisions to make. That intuition comes to you because your brain is now beating at theta level. Your brain becomes an antenna to receive this signal from the universe. Great breakthroughs in life are made when you are in this state. All great inventions made by great scientists, doctors, engineers, philosophers, teachers are made when they are living in this theta state. It's not an intelligence that's born within you, but it's an intelligence that you're able to tap from the universe. And you can learn that too. Human beings learn that. Believe me, great business leaders, political leaders, economists, all of them have some way of going into that state and tapping that information. Now, what are these beautiful states? Can someone tell me? You spoke about stressful states. Can someone tell me about beautiful states? When you have experiencing beautiful inner states, what are those states? Happiness, great. Peace of mind, joy, love, courage. See, there's a very important principle in spirituality that you must learn. It's called the cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, right? So in the real world, the cause and the effect, there is a cause. I push this glass, the water falls. The effect is water is falling. In the subatomic world, it's the reverse. The water falls first, and then I push the glass. So when scientists look at the subatomic world, they're fascinated to see how everything is in reverse. The effect is first, the cause is later. But in the real world, the cause is first and the effect is later. In the same way, you must understand that you right now think, if I become a successful doctor, if I have 2 homes, if I have 2 cars, if I have a lovely husband, a lovely wife, a lovely career, then I'm going to have a very joyful, happy, lovely life. In the subatomic world, everything is reversed. In the same way, you must understand that all these external things are not going to give you happiness. But the reverse is true. If you can find the beautiful state by moving into these brain states, then you can create an extraordinary life. That is the truth. You can become a great doctor, a fulfilled doctor. You can become a fulfilled partner. You can become a fulfilled parent, a fulfilled child. Every aspect of your life can be put in order. The way it can be put in order is only when your inner world is put in order. But if your inner world is in chaos, then what you will be seeing outside there is chaos. Because in the realm of growth, in the realm of transformation, first you need to set right your inner world. Then your outer world gets set right. Your brain is your life. Your brain will give you a healthy mind. A healthy mind gives a healthy state. If your brain is unhealthy, you're going to have an unhealthy mind, a mind that cannot make decisions, a mind that cannot focus, a mind that is confused, a mind that cannot concentrate, a mind that cannot memorize, a mind that cannot feel, a mind that cannot connect. Then that is not life at all. That is not living at all. And you are young. You need to live. You need to enjoy life. Enjoyment is not in going to a movie theater, watching a movie and having a popcorn. That's pleasure. Pleasure where the body senses are experiencing pleasure. Pleasure that's coming through the taste, coming through the sensory inputs. Happiness and joy is something that you find within you. That happens in human relationships. That is where it happens. You can enhance your human relationship by changing your brain.
Women in their 40s and 50s are increasingly seeking out antidepressants. Women are 2.5 times more prone to depression than men these days. Why? I see women in their late 40s and 50s unable to accept that the body has moved past the invigorative and the attractive phase of youthfulness. They struggle with this fact of existence. They resist it. They deny it. Is this inner struggle necessary? The more you inwardly struggle, the more you push your body's hormonal balance out of sync. I want you to look around. You see glimpses of ageless beauty in certain women. How are these women able to attain ageless vitality? How are these women inspired, joyful, and dynamic over the years? With age, they have not become irrelevant. In fact, their relevance keeps growing in the lives of people around them. They're constantly reinventing themselves. How did they rough so many challenges of life and never get defeated or deflated by life? I'm sure many of you have come across such a woman in your life. Let me go into it. Allow me to get into the ancient Hindu mystic frameworks to understand this modern problem. Namaste. In a natural state, you as a woman manifest 4 powers of female consciousness, which in India we refer to as the 4 goddesses. One of the 4 primary goddesses is Shakti, the power to create, to infuse life, to move that which is static and lifeless, to make things happen. When you as a woman live in a beautiful state of courage, there is an abiding calm, a calm which can inspire others. When you, however, move out of this heart-centered space of courage and calm, your Shakti becomes distorted. You become aggressive, you become controlling, suspicious, and dominating. The second goddess in the Hindu pantheon is Amba, or the mother goddess. You awaken to this power within you when you live in a beautiful state of affection. Do you know what affection is? It is to be affected by the other's joys, to be affected by others' sorrows. It is to feel what others feel and yet not get sucked into them. Most women are indifferent to the plight of others or get sucked into others' sorrow and then get into a whirlpool of worry. When your heart is open and you live in a state of affection, you manifest the power of a protector, like Goddess Amba. In this state, you're capable of creating deep security. You find fulfillment in caring for your family. You're capable of extending the feeling of family even at workplace. When you lose this beautiful state of affection, you become a worrying woman. You lose your voice, you lose your passion, you lose your clarity in thought. You live your life in fear of hurting others or in fear of being hurt by others. The third goddess is Kali. When you grow in self-awareness and learn to dissolve your stressful states of mind when they arise, then you harness the power of Kali. You become a symbol of destruction of ignorance, destruction of darkness around you. You are awake to the emerging trends in your family. You are awake to the emerging trends in your organization. You have the wisdom to dissolve separation and the divisive tendencies. However, if this awareness does not take birth in you, you become self-destructive, self-mutilating. You choose wrong partnerships that lead you to lose respect for yourself. The fourth goddess is Parvati. And when you awaken to this power in you, you begin to flow with life. You stop complaining about how people are, how things are, how God is. In the state of flow, like Goddess Parvati, you are an enchantress, a symbol of beauty and grace. You have a very gentle feminine grace that uplifts your environment regardless of your age. However, when you refuse to flow with life, you turn into a manipulator. You use your femininity to make others crave you. As you age, you become extremely insecure. And it is unfortunate that all over the world we seem to have forgotten that woman is all of this and somehow only associate her with the fourth aspect of being the enchantress. I want every woman and every girl child to remember this. Beauty cannot be your only identity. If you can integrate and awaken to all these four aspects of a woman, you as a woman will be whole. You will bring up daughters as complete beings, and you will contribute to a better world. When you are complete, when you feel whole within yourself, age doesn't matter.
What do you think are the primary causes for why girl children are not naturally emerging with the power of these goddesses in them?
When parents, family, school, society begins to compare a girl child with a boy, a girl with another girl, that comparison and that judgment destroys the child. In fact, that comparison turns into self judgment, something that would linger for life in them. The greatest stress a child experiences is the feeling of not being loved. The feeling that someone is measuring you all the time and that you have to live up to that measurement. In this entire process, a girl child moves out of a natural state of power.
What is the solution to this prevalent problem, Sri Preethaji?
Parents must become conscious. Educators must become conscious. Every system in a complex civilization must become conscious that a girl child needs to be flooded with love. A child who is flooded with love manifests her fullest power as a woman. And I believe this from my core. In India, among more conscious families, when a girl child is born, they believe a goddess is born into the family. And these families experience great deal of happiness, great deal of abundance after the girl enters their life. However, women as a whole must take the responsibility of becoming whole into your own hands. You must bring awareness to our thinking. You must break the chronic habit of comparison. Remember, awareness is the enemy of habit. When comparison ceases, you rise to your true power.
Why do you give such importance to the girl child or the women?
A woman is a creator. She has the power to birth a new world, a new benevolent world, or a new destructive world. When a woman becomes whole, she has the power to change families, change organizations, change nations, and change the world itself.
What do you think is the greatest quality a woman has to nurture in order to have a beautiful relationship with her partner?
Compassion, for with compassion for her partner, she can connect to him, be his true friend, help him come out of his unhappiness when he gets stuck. And with compassion, she herself does not get stuck in emotional hurts.
What is your view of the divine? Is God masculine or feminine?
God or universe is what you want it to be. It is both masculine and feminine, and beyond the two. It is one but can manifest as many. Is that not the essence of Hinduism? To me, the creator and the creation are not separate. And separation at every level is an illusion. Whether it is separation between man and a woman, humanity and every other species, matter and consciousness, or creator and creation. The highest mystic states are those of non-duality and oneness.
What do we do if society compares us with others?
What others do to you may hurt you, but what you do to yourself hurts you the most. Others comparing you hurts you, but what if you can learn to stop this compulsive inner habit of comparing yourself with others? Life would not hurt you as much. To love oneself is not merely to stand in front of the mirror and reiterate that you are beautiful. It is when the craving and the obsession to please others or to be pleased by another disappears. It is when you stop constantly or continuously criticizing yourself inwardly that you truly begin to love yourself. As you care to live in that beautiful inner state, you are honoring yourself.
How does a woman awaken to her true power?
When she is at peace with the entirety of her past, when she conquers her fears and insecurities and becomes free of the preoccupation with her appearance, and when she awakens to how she can impact the world around her.
What is the transformation you want to bring to the education today?
When leaders of the world have an inner revolution, and from that inner revolution they transform the education that children and teenagers receive, I believe that children must be given the education to calm their minds, heal their emotional wounds. Their hearts must open to compassion. Their hearts must open to respect for life itself.
Who is more dominant in your family, Sri Preethaji? You or Sri Krishnaji?
Krishnaji and I do not ever debate inequality or equality of gender. We live beyond it in a space of deep respect for each other. And that we can see has become the culture of ekam itself.